What's up, everybody? It's me, Feather. Welcome back to Get Feathered. And I am here to do a tarot therapy session for you. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. So I don't know what this is involving. We're going to see what happens. But I want to say that I appreciate you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, leaving your amazing comments, for showing up in my lives and all of that fun stuff, because you're amazing. I will get back to doing all signs. It just really takes a lot out of me as a reader to sit in one place and do all signs at one time. So until I'm a little bit better, we're going to do some any signs. So sometime next week. So it shouldn't be but a couple days or so, and I should be back doing my all signs again. So if you're here doing the live, come on in, say hello to me. And we're going to do a little bit of a tarot therapy session here. Last night I did last night I was called to do a very intense reading for people that were in survival mode. And that was a pretty intense message. Hopefully this won't be that intense, but we'll see. So we're going to drop into the reading screen. It is podcast 181 for those out there listening to the podcast. And don't forget nourishheallive.com to schedule a session with me. And as a little added bonus, I just want to let you know, in case you haven't seen it yet, I have extended readings, of course, but I also am creating a Superfans membership, or I have created a Superfans membership, since I have several channels here on the YouTubes. Instead of creating memberships for each one, it's been insane trying to keep track of two. I'm just going to create all of them in one place so that you have access to all of the content that I have unlimited readings, extended readings for. You have unlimited access to all of the readings for all of the signs in one place for $11.11 a month. Go check it out. Links in the description. All right, we're moving on. Reading starting at 2:30. What's up, Tiki? How you doing? Reading is starting at 2:30. Excuse me. Still a little bit sick, but we're gonna do it. Dropping into the reading screen. And thanks for those of these amazing people down here that donate, that are subscribing, donating, and we're growing our tribe. I love it here. Tell me whoa, okay. So some of you are feeling like, I got Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag. Some of you feel like you just are making some bad decisions. You're not really making some wise decisions right now, or maybe in the past you didn't always make the best decisions, but it looks like Aquarius energy, you're healing these kinds of crappy decisions. We get there. We learn as we grow, right, baby? We learn as we grow. But a lot of you are really unhappy with these decisions that you have made in the recent past, in your past, over the past 9 months. Or in regards to people you've married, people you've hooked up with, coupled up with. What's up, Milky? How are you? I got 81, 148, 814, 41, and 14. 84, 81, 48, 41, 14, 18. 184, 814. Could be specific numbers for you, dates of birth, etc. So what I'm looking at here is, for who I'm talking to today, you haven't always made the best decisions in the past when it came to love and relationships. People you married, you made some serious decisions without thinking things through. You could have also made decisions because you were in an unhappy place, very negative, dissatisfied with connections and choices you've made. Okay, karmic relationships. There you go. Resentments and triggers. I think a lot of you are still holding on to some resentments of the past. And I don't think this, I mean, maybe you're holding your own, you could be holding your own resentments towards yourself for making some poor choices when it comes to love and relationships or marriages, connections, that sort of thing. Who hasn't done something stupid in a relationship? Who hasn't? Raise your hand if you have not done something stupid in a relationship. Okay, crickets. All right, good. Perception. So this is just your perception right now. Maybe something has recently triggered this resentment, this feeling within inside of you. Maybe you saw a couple sitting at the star buckets. Saw them holding hands. Saw them walking hand in hand out the door, sharing a cookie, dipping it into their coffee and enjoying that shit. You know what I mean? Brought up some kind of fire in your belly and you were pissed off and angry because, I've never been able to sit down at Starbucks. I've never been invited to Starbucks. My person never took me out. I've never been able to share a cookie and dunk it in my coffee with my other person. With my person. We've had some issues. What's up, Amanda D? How are you doing, baby? It's good to see you again, Blue Angel. So some of y'all have just got some sort of trigger going on. Some of this is, maybe I'm fueling it. I don't know. But when it comes to love and relationships, we've made some bad decisions, poor decisions, and you are healing this. However, there's still some resentments and some triggers that you're working through, that are still lingering there, hiding in the darkness somewhere. Okay, but sometimes these feelings come and they go. Sometimes you feel them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like you're horrible. Your choice in persons is horrible. Like you're like your picker is broken. Your choice in people is shot. You can't do a good job of it. Who are you? Raise your hand if this is for you. Not today. Somebody's raising their hand. Everybody here raising their hand. Everybody like me. I feel like I am broken. My picker is broken. I make poor decisions when it comes to choices in relationship. I pick the worst relationshipies, the worst people to connect to. Whatever. They don't take me to Starbucks and they don't share heart-shaped cookies with me, Feather. Yeah, bastards. They break your damn heart. Well, as long as you keep thinking about this stuff and you carry those resentments with you, or you're envious of other people's Starbucks cookie sharing relationships, then you're going to continue to feel heartbroken and excuse me. Man, I apologize. It is clearing up. It is so much better. But as soon as I start talking, everything starts moving and it's just the weirdest. It's just gross. Worst flu ever. No. It wasn't. COVID was the worst flu ever. So right now you're putting up some boundaries. You're still feeling hurt, but you know that you're not going to let people cross your boundaries anymore. And don't forget that in the healing journey, in the healing process, when it comes to the bigger scheme of things, we didn't always have the best boundaries. But maybe now you do. I hope you do. And I hope you know the difference between boundaries and anger and resentment and the immediate, hand in the face where we're defensive and we're guarded and we're overprotecting because we're dealing with those resentments and those triggers and those things that are underneath it all, right? Healthy boundaries means I know how to handle my shit when I need to. The instant blockages and guardedness goes up usually after we've been hurt. A time or two or five, And then we just block everything out. We block our blessings, and then we hold on to the resentment and the anger and the hate. And then we're like, fuck you, and fuck you. Nobody's getting through. Nobody. Healthy boundaries means there's a fence there. There's some things in place, some fail safes, some checks and balances along the way where we're recognizing red flags, and we know how to say no, and we know how to back up our boundaries, and we can handle that sort of thing. But man, let me tell you, some of you just don't even want to deal with relationships. Some of you are still upset with past relationships. Some of you you're upset with your damn self. And you know what? If you're upset with the fact that somebody didn't share a heart-shaped cookie with you, didn't buy you coffee, didn't buy you a diamond, but didn't buy you a diamond ring, didn't buy you a damn thing. Listen, let's just didn't share a heart-shaped cookie with you, and everything could have been fixed if they would have shared coffee and cookies with you. I don't know why I'm stuck on that, but I'm going to go with it. I'm going to have to put it in the title somehow. I mean, maybe it's scones or bickies, depending on where you're at, you know. Cookies in America, bickies in Australia, biscuits in and scones overseas in the UK and the other places. If I'm missing any other language issue, just let me know. All right? No, this is not the deck. So I got some of y'all maybe really, really bitter because we do that to ourselves. We ain't got nobody else to blame, or we've already blamed and we've been mad at everybody else. But when it comes down to it, we really hate ourselves. We're really holding it in. We're angry at ourselves. We're bitter. We're angry. We're resentful because we didn't make a good choice. Right? After the fact, you're still upset with yourself. And it's okay. We do that. But when you're feeling lost and lonely and helpless or hopeless, don't forget, you are spiritually protected. Your soul is always there. Your spiritual team is always there. Reach out. You're going through a period of healing, So that it's like that anger and that rage is we just kind of pointed back at you. It's not from anybody else. We're talking about you here. Like that anger and that venom and that rage is it just circles around, cycles around, and you're holding it in. All right. Like you need a way to let off steam. So I don't know if you need to handle this through masturbatory ways or go to the gym, get some exercise in. This needs to be released. Because you're just holding it in, and you're recycling this rage and resentment and hate. And it's all geared toward yourself. Yeah, this has to come to an end. Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. Strong Sag here. For some of you, this has been over the last 10 years. Some of you, 21 years. Oh, Jesus. Some of you, 32 years. 21, 22. 32 ultimate. So you might be 32, 22. So this could have been over the last 11 years, 22 years, 32 years. Damn. And that could have been marriages. It could have been your history of dating, whatever this is. That's gotta come to a close in order for you to evolve on your spiritual path, to regain some semblance of hope in relationships, to evolve, and to actually manifest something you truly do desire. This needs to be released. Going to the gym, going for a run, working in the yard, going for a walk. There's get creative about how, just express it. Sometimes even through writing, journaling, scripting, journaling. Yeah. You can express this through song, music. You can sing it out loud. I fucking hate that I can't do it right now. My voice is all screwed up. But get real. Get honest with yourself, because there's a release that needs to happen here. Okay? Singing, songwriting, music, journaling, arts, crafts. I just heard sandcastles. I don't know why sandcastles. Okay, if you want to build a sandcastle and then kick that shit over, kick it over. Kick it over. Build it, make it look great, and then screw it up. You know? Get out that rage and that resentment somehow. Safely. Healthy ways. Some of you work with your hands. Some of you may be artists, creators, creatives. Some may be writers. So journaling online, even if it's like Google Doc or Word Doc, just brain dump. Just express yourself in words. I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff right here. Whatever it is. Whatever. Exercise, drumming. Drumming circles are fun. Drumming circles are really fun. Yeah. However you want to do it, it's got to be expressed, because this is just circulating. It could be affecting your health, your mental health, your physical health. Of course, if you are dealing with depression and sadness and you can't seem to get out of it beyond a couple days, a couple weeks, you really need to consider counseling or therapy. Excuse me, and seeking mental health professional care, even if it's online. Okay. And I'm talking through actual therapists. Chrissy, what's up? All right. Some of you already know this, and you're very intelligent. You're extremely intelligent. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I've got strong Capricorn here. That could be that you have fears in regards to love, patterns, negative thinking. I don't see you as somebody that's typically a negative thinker. No, I see you as kind of a brainiac. You might wear glasses. You're kind of a nerd. Yeah, but that's okay. I love geeks and nerds. Them's my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Them's my peoples. I love y'all. Geeks and nerds, the brainiacs, you know? I don't see you as an overthinker. I do not see you wasting your time. You have too much other shit on your mind and on your plate. You know? You may run a business. You may be a lawyer. You may be a judge. You may be, somebody who's constantly using their brain in work. You have to have a clear thought. You have to be a clear thinker. You have to keep a clear head about whatever it is you do. You know, you could be real estate, you could be in management, you could, whatever. Property management, healthcare, it doesn't matter. You, whatever it is you have to do, you're very smart, very intelligent. You have to be clear all the time. So I'm not talking to people that are on drugs, that are on stimulants, that are on downers, that are on weird shit. I'm talking to mature ass adults, mostly feminine. But if you're a man, welcome to the show. We love y'all too. But this is like, you may bust your own ass. Like, you get onto yourself constantly because of the choices you've made. I should have known better. I should have never done that. Man, I should have took more time to think about that. I really should. I should have thought that through. Yeah, you should have. But shoulda, coulda, woulda is in the past. Let's not do that to ourselves moving forward, because You ain't got time for that. You ain't got time for that. So clear that mind. Don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? So you know that needs to be dealt with, right? That aggression and resentment towards yourself is only going to breed hate. It's going to breed depression. It's going to breed resentment. You're going to throw up boundaries left, right. You're going to block your blessings. And you really should have healthy boundaries up instead of restraining. No, you should have, if you need a restraining, I'm not talking about restraining. I'm talking about if you need a restraining order up, then that's your business. What I'm talking about is throwing up an instant boundary, refusing to let anybody in because of something that's happened in the past when it was your damn decision to do whatever it was you do. Now you're going to beat yourself up, and instead of allowing your blessings to flow in for you, you're going to beat yourself up and just stay here in the past and be like, damn, I made horrible decisions. My decision maker is broken. I picked the worst people to date, and I'm horrible at it. No, you used to be. Now you have some lessons under your belt. You know a lot more than you used to, right? You're wiser now. You are older and wiser now, my friends. So stop beating yourself up. So you've made some shitty decisions. The next person you meet, make sure they are the kind of person that will share cookies and coffee and invite you out to Starbucks or something similar. Maybe take a walk down the beach sharing cookies and soda or coffee or a milkshake. You know what I'm saying? Miss Molly, I love you. Thank you so much for that donation. I love you, Miss Molly. Miss Molly says, be well, Miss Feather. I'm trying. I am trying. What's up, Supernova? How you doing? Thanks again, Miss Molly. I love you and appreciate you. Just make sure that next person takes you to Starbucks, shares cookies, donuts. Make sure they break them in half. You want a partner that breaks cookies in half, gives you the best half. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of partner you need. That's the kind of partner you're looking for. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So you're older and wiser. Stop beating yourself up. We could be here all damn day. Half of the readings that I do are talking about the past because there is something that you need to review. There's something you need to reflect on. A lot of people don't like seeing the past show back up. Apparently there's something you need to learn from it. Whether it's a lesson for yourself or a lesson about the other person. A lot of times my messages hit hard because I intend it to be a learning lesson. I'm not here for fluff. I'm here to help people improve their lives, and this is no different. We're doing a little bit of tarot therapy here today. Am I a therapist? Am I certified or licensed? No. Am I a tarot guru, a spiritual advisor? Yes. I'm a relationship coach. I'm a life coach. And this happens all the time. Okay? So you become hardened. Your heart becomes hardened. Your heart's not hardened, by the way. I just want to clue you in. Regardless if anybody's sharing cookies and coffee with you and walking down the beach with you, I don't give a fuck. Your heart's still there. It's still beautiful. It's still hopeful because most of you are hopeful romantics, okay? All of you. You're still in love with love. You still desire love. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep coming back here to watch the readings. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with who you are and who you are on the inside because it's juicy, it's soft, it's tender, it's warm. You know, it's like the filet mignon. You know what I'm saying? The filet mignon. It's the best part of who you are. Your heart is the softest, juiciest part of you. So you're all wrapped up in armor. You're all wrapped up in no BS. I've been hurt before. I take no prisoners. Don't bring it my way. I'm not going to deal with it today. But all this can be handled in a matter of seconds, in a matter of minutes, or a matter of days. If you actually focus on getting rid of all the hate and the anger and the resentment that you're holding on to, and you actually bring some form of beauty into your world, not just yourself. I'm talking about seeing life as beautiful, seeing relationships as beautiful again. You know, can you do that? Because you've been wearing this mask, cloaked in this unhappiness, dissatisfied emotionally, and so you just walk around hardened by life. You don't got to do that, though. And it's a matter of just letting these insecurities and these doubts, you doubt love because of some fucked up shit and some decisions you made in the past. Those relationships weren't sharing cookies and coffee on the beach. Those relationships didn't turn out great. In the end, relationships ended. Okay, the cookies crumbled. If I could say that right. Y'all say that. Try saying it. The cookies crumbled. The cookies crumbled. Damn. The cookies crumbled. Yeah. I really don't know. Some of y'all may be bakers. Did y'all just buy some cookies? You might be going out and getting coffee and cookies after this. Please, if you do, leave me a comment and let me know. Cookies and coffee. I just want to see 2 emojis. Cookies and coffee. 2 cookies, 1 coffee. If you're single. If you're actually going to Starbucks or going out and getting cookies and coffee with a person, 2 cookies, 2 coffees. You know what I'm saying? I totally get it. This is just you being hardened by relationship, okay? Because of what you've been through, but you blame yourself for it. You know, hey, universe doesn't blame you. The universe doesn't shame you. Your spiritual team doesn't blame you. Your spiritual team doesn't shame you, right? The only person you have to forgive is your damn self. And that other person or those other people, they're no longer around. And what they say don't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you think about you and your situations and what you've gone through. And if you continually hold this kind of grudginess and these resentments and this hatred towards yourself for making some bad choices, you're not fucking human. If you're not making bad choices, you're not human. Everybody makes dumbass decisions. Everybody does dumb shit. You know what I mean? We all forget to buy the toilet paper. We all forget to wash our laundry from time to time. We all forget to pay a bill every now and then. And we all end up in some sort of screwed up relationship at some point. Most of us don't always make the best decisions when we're in long-term relationships. You are human. So allow yourself to come down off of this damn, you got yourself on some sort of chain gang here. You're punishing yourself. That's exactly what this feels like. The cookies and coffee chain gang. That's what we're here. We're here for. I don't know. I swear. It's all anxiety and stress and just completely overwhelmed mentally and blaming yourself. It's self-blame, self-doubt, shame. You know, can you let it go? Can you let it go? What's I am says cookies and coffee, baby. Superno says coffee, the beach, and cookies. Yes. Y'all getting it? Y'all understand? Y'all with me? Miss Molly says, LOL, I received a Starbucks gift certificate for Christmas and no Starbucks for 130 miles. Are you kidding me? Get online and see if they can deliver something, like mail you something, even if it's just dry roasted coffee. At least you can have dry roasted Starbucks coffee at home. And thank you, universe, for the gift card or whomever got it for you. Maybe they deliver. I'm just saying, that's what I'd try. I'd get me some Starbucks coffee grounds. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You just got to love yourself. I told you you're nothing but a soft and juicy center. You're like soft batch? No. Soft batch cookies are all soft. Nah, soft batch. You know the soft batch cookies back in the day, you pop them in the microwave or whatever for a few seconds and they get nice and gooey. Yeah, nice and smooth, nice and gooey, and the chocolate's all melty. You know what I'm saying? But until then, they're kind of hard and they taste really nasty. Soft batch. You know what I'm talking about. I can't say the actual name of the cookies. But once it gets warmed up, it takes on a whole new flavor. It takes on a whole new feel. It's totally different. I don't know why I'm talking about cookies. I really don't. I'm going to go with it, though. I'm going to work with it. I'm probably going to need cookies tonight. I don't have cookies in my repertoire. No. Anyway. It's exactly what I was saying. It's like you're the soft batch. You know what I'm saying? You're totally hardened on the outside, but on the inside, you're soft and gushy and soft and chewy. You know what I mean? You just got to warm up. You can totally be a loving individual, living some life, but be softer. Be easy on yourself. Love yourself. And protect your heart. And know when to give it out, when to give the cookies out, when to give the coffee out, when to share it, and when not to. You understand? And it's just a matter of turning things around for yourself. You can do it. You absolutely can do it. So I got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. So it's like, you know, let's just stop with the condemning of our freaking super awesome coffee, cookie, Starbuckets partnerships or the lack thereof. Let's stop condemning ourselves for not making the right choices in our cookie, coffee, beach partners. Okay. We haven't made the right decisions. We haven't made the best decisions, but we are humaning, and we have definitely learned some lessons. Let this be the first one. How about let's love and accept ourselves? Can you do that right now for just 5 seconds with me? I love, or at least I'd like to. You can even tap if you'd like to, under the collarbone at the center. Maybe in the center of your eyes. Side of your eyes. Under your lip in that little groove. You know, whatever. I like to tap here. You can EFT tap this one out because this is going to be an emotional shift here. Emotional freedom technique. This is also one of the things that you could say to yourself during some tapping. So I've screwed up. I've made some poor choices in relationship. Pretty sad about it. Pretty unhappy about it. Pretty dissatisfied. Feeling pretty lonely and lost. I'm a smart cookie. I'm a pretty decent person. I'd like to think that I am. I'm a pretty generous and loving person. At least I'd like to think that I am. Maybe I've been beating myself up on the inside a little bit. Maybe a lot. Some of you may yawn, you may sneeze, you may stretch, you may cough. You may do all sorts of weird stuff. It's just your emotions getting a release, but I can see this from a different perspective. I'd like to. Maybe I'd like to stop blaming myself and shaming myself when something goes wrong. Maybe I've always had to be the one in charge. Yeah, I'm in charge. I'm in charge of my freaking life. Yes, I am. But I'd like to love myself, nurture myself, and understand and be a little compassionate with my damn self for once, because I'm constantly beating myself up because other people did. Other people blame me for everything. Other people have shamed me for everything. And even if they didn't, I am. Right? So I made some poor decisions. Pretty horrible ones. Maybe the most god-awful decisions you could possibly make when choosing a cookie sharing, coffee sharing, beach walking sharing partner. And so the fuck what? I'm human. I haven't killed anybody. Not lately, anyway. And for those of you that have, don't say that. You know what I'm talking about. If you've been in the military or, with law enforcement, just leave that one out. Yeah, it was meant to be a joke, but then I realized it's probably not a joke for some people. So moving on. Yeah. Just keep tapping yourself through that. I'd like to be a little more understanding. I'd like to ease up on my damn self for once. Take the straitjacket off. Loosen up the corset. Breathe. Have a little compassion for yourself. Or at least I'd like to. I'd like to be understanding and more compassionate for what I'm going through. What I've gone through. The decisions I've made. Poor decisions. But I don't always make poor decisions. You look like a decision maker. And you look like you make a lot of them on a regular. Let's just tap it out a little bit more. Rewind this. Walk yourself through it. Talk yourself through it and tap. Again, under the collarbone. Right there where your collarbone meets up. Just a little bit to the underneath to the right. About an inch. Or left. Center right here. Where your eyebrows meet, your nose bone right here. Or side of your eye. Under your nose. Or the little gap right here. Under your lip. Just tap on it. Doesn't have to be hard. You can use 1 or 2 fingers. Don't tap hard. Just tap 5 to 7 times, or just keep tapping in one area where you can move to the different areas. I promise you're going to get some sort of release. You'll either want to stretch. You might want to stand up. You might want to yawn. You might sneeze. You might cough. You might cry. You might start laughing. There's all sorts of stuff happens when your emotions get triggered, when you start moving your emotions and you get emotional release. That's a good thing. Just keep going. Keep tapping. Work yourself through it a few times because this is just a shift. It's an easy shift. A lot of you are like, oh my God, I didn't even realize I was doing this. We don't. Because we're so focused on every day. We're so focused on moving forward. We're so focused on getting life done and handling bills and taking care of responsibilities that we don't take the time to actually reflect on and love ourselves. We're militant. We beat ourselves up the most. We're like our own worst drill sergeants. Yeah. You could be loving and nurturing to every damn body else, but fuck you. You get left last. And you treat yourself the worst. Tell me I'm wrong. Queen Tiki gonna be giggling and says, don't ask, don't tell. If you're talking about the cookie killer incident during the EFT tapping, yeah. Oops. Yeah, I did that. I did that. We beat ourselves up. And that's okay. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. Anytime you watch any one of my readings, and I should actually probably put that in front of my readings from now on since I'm an EFT practitioner. Tap. It's an interactive tarot therapy session. Tap. Because I'm going to move your emotions, and the things I say may not be stuff that you think about until I start saying it, and then you're like, oh my God, that was for me. That totally resonated. Either way, it's not going to hurt you, but if it can help you get a release, sweet. Thanks, y'all, for helping me today. I'm going to do that. Okay? Just keep doing it. Just go back and rewind this whole thing and keep doing it. Keep tapping. Keep tapping while I finish up this reading. Okay? But we do it to ourselves, and it's just a matter of, like, maybe you didn't realize this. Maybe you didn't understand what this was. Maybe you've just been so focused on moving forward, and you've been just trying to get through life and taking care of life and taking everybody else. You stop giving a shit about yourself. You put yourself on the back burner. We don't have to do that anymore. It's time to put ourselves on the front burner. Turn off the back burners. We turn all the burners on, because all the burners should be on, and we are flaming. We're on fire in a healthy way. And we are getting rid of this nasty stuff, negative stuff, so that we can live from self-love, loving ourselves first, turning our back to look at the difference in these two cards. Going from putting everything and everybody else first, turning our back to us, putting ourselves on the back burner, to going to the Queen of Cups, which says everybody else last. You'll get taken care of after I handle my business. Taking care of self, meditating, spending time with self, loving yourself, moisturizing more. Moisturizing. Putting a lid on the damn soup, and nobody gets the soup until mama fucking says you can get some soup. You understand? Ain't nobody get fed until mama says the soup is ready. You come in here to the kitchen, y'all know, especially if your parents, you know what I'm talking about. Get out the motherfucking kitchen until dinner is done. Get your hands out the plates. Get your hands out the cookies. Get your hands out the meal. Get your hands out the soup. Don't take nothing out the kitchen until dinner is done. And for those of you that like to cook, and you know what I'm saying, y'all got your own recipes. Until it tastes right and is flavored right, nobody eats. You know what I'm talking about. I just called some of y'all out. I did. It's time to stop this shit. It's time to start a new cycle. And it's time to love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Stop treating yourself like you're in the military. Well, maybe you are. But actually soften up. Turn around and look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Can you look at yourself in the mirror? I'm talking about look at yourself in the mirror. No, a lot of you don't. A lot of you see yourself in the mirror, but you don't look at yourself in the mirror. Keep tapping, y'all. Just keep tapping. It's one of the best things I could have ever done for myself. It's going to be a little difficult and a little challenging here, okay? Because I think you've spent so much time overthinking and overanalyzing and reanalyzing. It's going to be a little difficult. Keep tapping. Keep smiling. Keep shining. Learning, learning to actually love yourself and take accountability for how you feel, and taking accountability for love and relationships and how you show up in relationships, especially with self first. You probably blame and victimize your damn self a lot. You hold yourself accountable for a lot. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. This is reading coming to a close. It's going to be a little difficult, a little challenging. You can do it. It's just going to take time. Usually when you recognize it and you're aware of it, it can shift quickly, but not for most of you, because it's been going on for such a long time, maybe for your whole life, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, however long you are old. It's not easy because of all the overthinking, anxiety, depression, stress that you kind of have. You're like, I'm focused, I'm thinking forward, but you've got so much going on around you in your energy. Like, do you ever really stop and take care of yourself. When was the last time you had a bubble bath, a spa day? You know, a salt bath, an essential oils bath. When was the last time you took care of yourself? During these moments of self-care, is when you should be actually talking to yourself like this. Do an EFT. And even EFT is self-care. Not that you have to do it, I'm just saying. Because it works. Look it up, Google it. Medical journals. They started doing studies back in the 70s, 80s, late 70s, early 80s on Vietnam veterans suffering from PTSD. And there's a lot of people who are clinical therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, clinical therapists. They actually do EFT in their counseling sessions because it works that good. I will never not use a EFT because it's a great way to get a shift. But even if you're meditating and you're aware of this, that you hold so much anger and resentment and rage. It's like rage against the machine, but you are the machine. It just makes you more focused and driven, more hardened, more protective of your heart space when you need to start opening up and be receptive. If you want to be loved, which you do, because you're a soft batch. Ultimately, a soft batch is created to be soft and gooey and warm and delicious. I'm going to want cookies now. Really am. They were created for that. And that is why you were created. You are a soft batch. You have just been so guarded and protective because of the things that you've chosen, the decisions you've made. You just become so hardened and resentful and angry. And I'm not saying you haven't been hurt by people, but I'm talking to people who blame yourselves for every fucking thing going wrong in your life, or especially relationships. When a relationship falls apart, you blame yourself. Stop that shit. Nobody else is blaming you. And if you're dealing with somebody that didn't share cookies with you or coffee, you didn't have a great partner, then who the fuck cares what they think? What matters is what you think. Some of you continually do this, and you either attract third-party energies, people who are emotionally unavailable, people who choose other people over you or other things over you, who don't prioritize the relationship. Look, if you're dealing with people who like third parties and don't prioritize relationship, then yeah, you've messed up in calculating or deciding on or choosing the right partner. But that's okay. That's part of learning life lessons. It's part of the journey. But you might be blocking yourself because you hate that you've done this to yourself, that you've attracted these kinds of people to you. Well, if you're so guarded and blocked, the underlying message that you're sending out is, I fear being hurt. I fear being put in a third party. I fear being not chosen. So what do you think that vibration that's going out most is going to be? I'm protecting myself from being hurt again, from making a bad decision again, from fucking shit up again. So guess what? You're more than likely going to keep attracting third-party energies. People who are emotionally unavailable, people who do not prioritize, do not choose you, and put you as a third party in some way, shape, or form. Do you understand what I'm saying? What you think about, you bring about. Because you're thinking the negative, when the positive would be, I am love. I attract love. I receive love. Let's tap that one in for a minute. Even though I don't feel this right now, I'd like to. Even though I don't feel this right now, I'd like to. Even though I don't feel this right now, but maybe I'd like to. I might want to. I might at some point like to feel love, accept love, receive love, even though right now I may not feel like this at all. I might want to at some point. I might like to experience what love feels like, what it's like to receive love, what it's like to allow love. Maybe at some point I'd like to get there. Be love, receive love, allow love, experience love. Yeah, maybe not, but I'm okay. I'm maybe. You might calm your energy down a lot more when you talk yourself up like that. Because if you've been so guarded, protective, and hardened, and resentful and angry, even though ultimately you want love, you're manifesting it, and you truly want and desire love, getting through this anxiety, this stress, this depression, this loneliness, this sadness, this is the vibration around you. If we can get through that by jumping over here, maybe possibly accepting, maybe I'd like to. That opens a little bit of a door. It's not so challenging when we jump over it and we do it a little bit differently. I'd like to. Maybe at some point, that gives you a break. It lets you soften up a little bit. It's a more soft energy. It allows your emotions to soften up. It allows that guard to fall down a little bit. Just a little bit. It allows you to soften up, your energy to soften up, your emotions to not be on high alert. Okay? It also allows you to stop blaming and shaming yourself. That kind of just smooths out and goes away. So as you do that, just talk to yourself. Talk to yourself, write it out, journal it, meditate on it, whatever you like to do. Tapping is the fastest. Meditation does help, though, especially with all this cloud of negativity around you when it comes to relationship. It's okay. Been there, done that. We do it. We're so used to being protective and handling it all. Okay. Some of you, this could have been because of a relationship ending, a marriage failing. Regardless, just because it happened once doesn't mean it's going to continue to happen. But if you continue to beat yourself up about it and hold all this negativity and blame yourself for it, or hate yourself for it, for making these decisions, I made a fucked up choice. They didn't like cookies, bastards. Yeah. You're going to continue to attract people in that same energy, because that's the major vibration that you're putting off into the universe. And what you fear, you will attract. This can definitely be softened up and worked through very easily. It's going to take a little bit of time to get through this, so you may want to watch this again and again, or email me at nourishhilllive@gmail.com, or in the description box, bookmark my all links. And on my all links, I have all my contact information. You can go to my website, nourishhilllive.com. We can do a personalized EFT session if you'd like to, but you should be able to just rewind this a couple times, maybe a couple times a week over the next 2 weeks. Bust through this barrier. You know? Bust through this barrier. You never know what you're going to get. Do you have the courage and the strength of mind to do it? Do you have the time to do it? Do you matter? Because if you matter to you and you have the courage to do it, I just created it for you to help you bust through this barrier, to help you get to a softer place, to where you can hear your intuition better, to where you can feel better about yourself, and where you're more confident in how you feel because you're actually feeling again. Emotions are strength. Use it. Emotions are strength. So, can you move forward in love? Can you find new love? Can you get past this blockage? Yes. It's going to take a little time. Might even take a day. Might take less than a week. Depending on how guarded this is, how backed up you are emotionally. The Chariot. Have you ever felt so empowered by love? Have you ever had strong boundaries, healthy boundaries, and a strong heart, confidence, love, emotion, strength? Right there. Look at it, think about it, and figure out where you're headed next. What do you want the next leg of your journey to look like? More of the same? Don't shame yourself. Don't blame yourself. That's for the angels and the little fairies to help you stop doing that shit. Final message. Get out of this energy. It might take you a little time, but you can do it. There's the healing card of the star. Excuse me, Aquarius energy. There's the healing card of the star. You can soften this up easily and be ready for love within a matter of days if you actually use EFT and you actually pay attention to this reading and you want to shift it, you can. Okay? Some of you are not going to want to listen. That's okay. But the Chariot's still here. Look at that. 4 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. So if you're confused about what to do here, again, you get this healing, you work through this. There's the Chariot and the 4 of Wands. And you have choices here. You want to believe this? You want to work on this, or don't you? I'm not sure. I'm telling you, if you know this is for you, congratulations, because you can move through this very quickly. And look at that soul bond energy too. You can improve a lot of things here. You can improve a lot of your relationships here with this. If you can just soften up. Soften up. That doesn't mean be a pushover. No, that means look at this reading, and if you want to change, if you want to shift, it's here for you. I did the work for you. You're here with me. And moving forward, make sure that you have a partner that wants similar things. You know, just review your lessons, what you've learned over time in relationship, and stop beating yourself up. Stop worrying about it. Stop stressing about it. Get into a place of loving yourself, appreciating yourself, being compassionate and understanding towards yourself, and get into a place of receiving. And that's when a soul bond will come in here, and that's when you'll be ready. You'll be ready. Love will be headed right your way. You will have strong relationships, and you will actually be connecting with people who are mutually loving and respecting. And they will take you to Starbucks and share coffee and share cookies with you. You understand? 6 of Cups and the Chariot, the 4 of Wands, Chariot here twice. Where it's a shift. It's going to take a little effort. Are you willing to effort for yourself when it comes to your truest desires? Them's the words, them's the messages. That's what I got for you today. Like, share, subscribe, join the tribe. Join my super fans members only tribe. Links in the description. Of course, always thumbs up. Leave your amazing comments and energy exchange, tips and donations, or leaving a review for the stuff that I do would be great. I have a link in the description for Tribe Love. Go leave me or submit a review of what I do, how it helped you in some way. And I love y'all. Sorry about the raspy voice and the coughing, but mess just gotta get out. This one is important. Are you willing to effort for yourself in regards to things your truest desire, which is love? Namaste.